me to read some of your comments. The first few comments are under a short where I was talking about how criminally underrated dustanelysiantail is. The first one is by PackAnime1112, who says, it is criminally underrated. I mean, I assume if you're like on my channel and, watching this video, you already know what dustanelysiantail is, right? Right? Wait, some of you don't know? Okay, well, it's pretty much the best video game ever, and I'm from it, and I think you should go play it. It's on Steam, it's not that expensive. Go play it now! Or maybe finish the video first. This next comment was by Brushfire1989, who says, one of the best Metroidvania games I've ever played. I think their worst mistake was not making physical merch from the game. Would have bought the hell out of a Fidget doll. Yeah, you're right. dustanelysiantail really should have come out with more merchandise. But hey, maybe they were worried that the fan base wasn't big enough. Obviously, they were wrong about that. The following comment was made by NightSilent1318, who says, it really is. I was so impressed by it when I played it for the first time. See, Xbox Live was giving it away on the 360 at the time, and on my first playthrough, it made me laugh and it made me cry too. Especially with that ending. Yeah, dustanelysiantail has a combination between an amazing soundtrack, amazing gameplay, and an amazing story. And when you put these things together, it will make you feel so many different emotions. It also made me both laugh and cry. I'm not gonna give away the ending though, so if any of you don't know it, just go play the game already. How many times do I have to keep saying this? Under my Pyramid Head Loves Final Fantasy shorts, Elijah Ford 9160 says, ew, what is that thing? Aw, that's not very nice. It's just Silk. Under my Fidget's Got That Fighting Spirit shorts, Shibumi8 says, she's got the eye of the tiger. Cue the song. It's the eye of the tiger that's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of her rival. And the last known survivor stalks his way in the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. The next few comments were made under my What Species is Fidget short. Michael Martin 7602 says, I would love to know. Well, good thing for you, buddy, cause Trey Washington 787 answers right away with a Nimbat! I mean, that's why the channel is called the Nimbat Spectacle. Duh! Anyway, the fella I was interviewing in the video guessed that I was a cross between a rabbit and a bat. And well, that wasn't too far off. Like Brushfire1989 says, not a bad guess for someone who doesn't know. And it's true, I mean, you look at me and you think, what exactly am I? It's really hard to tell, isn't it? Well, I'm a Nimbat, and that's what I am. Revelion says, hi! Are you going to Montreal Comic-Con? Well, I mean, last year I went. Am I going this year? I don't know yet. Maybe. The next comment was under part 1 of my 2025 Vernal Equinox video. It's by Bioweapon5576, who says, you'd think insect cosplayers would have their own subculture. Like how people dressed up as reptiles call themselves scalies. I mean, yeah, some insects are pretty popular and cute, like ladybugs and moths. But I don't know how many people are gonna want to dress up as a giant praying mantis. Although, now that I think about it, that would be pretty cool. Comment what kind of bug you would dress up as. The next comment was by Michael Martins again, who says, nice! Thanks, Michael! The following 2 comments were made under my short where I was interviewing Pyramid Head. Harry Toby 1491 says, I want to try out the Silent Hill 2 remake, but I don't have a PlayStation 5. Well, buddy, maybe you'll get one someday. And for now, though, I've heard that the game is available on Steam, so maybe you should go take a look there. I mean, if you have a PC and all. The second comment was made by Judy Hops, who says, "Aw, so cute!" Thanks, Judy. The next 2 comments were made under my Isabel is the baddest bitch shorts. And like, if you don't know, I was interviewing people at Montreal Comic-Con, right? And I met these 2 guys that were dressed up as like drag queen versions of Kirby and Isabel. And their costumes were amazing! Anyway, I was interviewing them, talking about Isabel, and one of them straight up was like, "Yeah, Isabel's a bad bitch," and oh my gosh, it was so funny. I was like, am I even allowed to have that on YouTube? I don't know. Well, we have it anyway.
How about I do anyway?
Anyway, under my short of it, Daughter8 comments, "Baddest what? Was that intentional?" Love that comment, Daughter. Robin Potato 9886 says, "OMG, this cosplay is awesome!" Guess what? Their cosplays were hand crocheted at home. Isn't that crazy? I wish I could crochet like that. Under my Fidget super cute and awesome tail wag short, No9100 says, "I miss you, Fidget." Aw, well, there's no need to miss me when I'm always here on YouTube. Under my Fidget shaking them hips shorts, Yorick Bernison 086 says, "Adorable." Thank you. And under the short where I'm interviewing a Star Fox cosplayer, Brushfire 1989 says, "Fia!" I'm not sure what that means. Is it something that Star Fox says?
Fire! Fire! Potato! Yeah! Fire!
Speaking of Star Fox, under the second part where I was playing Marvel Rivals, Bioweapon 5576 says, "What's your favorite game?" Well, to be honest, I first learned about Star Fox from Super Smash Bros. After that, I bought the game on DS, and I thought it was fun, though really difficult. The last comment, also by Bioweapon, was under an old short of mine where I was celebrating having 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I think I've kind of come a long way since then, but it's nice to go back to these old videos. Anyway, Bioweapon says, "What the? Was that animation?" Yep, yes it was. And I'm actually really glad you asked, because right now, the Nimbat Spectacle is working on another project featuring that very same animator. So stay tuned because big things are coming. But for now, let's move on to the next segment of this video where I comment on fan art! This first piece of fan art was submitted by Yuki Vixus. And just look at it! It's another Nimbat, except blue. And I'm gonna take a guess here and say that it was a little bit inspired by My Little Pony. The reason why I think so is because she seems to have a cutie mark right there, with like water droplets and things like that. I wonder what my cutie mark would be. Maybe a microphone because of how much I interview people at conventions. This next piece was sent to me by Snowball Wolf, and it's another Nimbat! It's their OC, whose name is Cole. I love that shade of green. It's like minty. And I really like this pose that Cole is taking with the winky eye and the foot that's kicking back. So much attitude. Very well done, Snowball Wolf. Check out these drawings done by Technique. Of course, you've got me with my microphone. I guess I'm ready to do some interviews. But check it out. You've also got PK. Now, for those of you who don't know, PK is the super cool Nimbat that helps run this channel. None of this would be possible without him. So it's really cool to see some fan art done of him too. And I love this original style. Very cool. This next piece was a doodle done by a friend of mine. And look at it, it's me, looking very silly. I do love that art style though. It's very cute. This next drawing was submitted by an anonymous friend. Look, it's me, but I'm wearing a cowboy hat. I think it was inspired by that one photo of me where I'm wearing a cowboy hat. Whoever's editing can put it in right here. Anyway, here's what I think the version of me in this drawing would sound like. And I apologize in advance to any of my southern viewers. Howdy, folks! I'm Fidget, the rootinest, tootinest Nimbat in Canada. Yeehaw! This next piece of art was done by Chris Kit. And look, It's me, but like in a totally new style. I love that mop of hair on top. I wonder what this background is. Kinda looks like a boat. Maybe I'm a pirate in this world. This last piece of art was done by Kintrajuk, who is actually another one of the animators for this channel and is working on the project that I was talking about. This drawing is for that very same project. Isn't it cute? It's me eating a mango. I do love mangoes. Some of you might actually recognize the art style because it's the very same artist who did the drawings for the Stuff Happens videos on my channel. If you haven't seen my Stuff Happens videos, it's just me talking about things that happened in my life in a fun animatic style. I highly recommend. And the reason why I haven't come out with any Stuff Happens videos lately is because our animators are just so hard at work at this very special project. So again, you'll want to stay tuned for that. Anywho, that about wraps up this video. Thank you so much to everyone who comments and submits art. We really appreciate your support. And I hope you continue to comment even more because I love hearing from you guys. But for now, remember to like and subscribe.